Hey girl. Hey, what's poppin'? I just voted yes on issue 1 and issue 2 at Ohio. OMG girl, me too. You did? Wouldn't that be great if we won? Hey guys. OMG, did you just get done voting too? Yeah, I voted no on everything because I don't think women should have rights. This bitch. Okay, bye. Hello everybody and welcome to the Weekly Shitter. Today is November 8th and it is Wednesday. Anyone who's paying attention to anything political will know that yesterday was a pretty big election day for several different states. I'm going to dive in just slightly into some of the big things that happened during these elections, the results. So let's get into it. I personally am from Ohio, so this election meant a lot to me. The big issues, issue 1 and 2, involve codifying the right to access abortion into the Constitution for Ohio, and also legalizing marijuana for recreational purposes. So this was big. So issue 1, the one covering abortion, that one received a win of yes at 56.6%. So it was honestly pretty impressive because Ohio is typically a red state and usually red means no to abortion. It was still kind of close. I was watching the live updates and the whole entire time I was incredibly nervous. Abortion is now going to be codified into the Constitution. There can still be an attempt to lessen the amount of time that someone would get to get an abortion. Which is probably what they're going to end up trying to do, but we got somewhere. There is progress for the first time in what feels like a while since Roe v. Wade got overturned. If you're left-leaning at all, there was progress basically for every state that had some kind of election going on, which also for Ohio was issue 2, legalizing marijuana, which also received a yes of 57%. Both of those things are now going to be going into effect. I believe it's 30 days. Don't cite me on that. Now, in Kentucky, there was an election for the governor. Andy Beshear, who was the current governor, was up against someone who was a Republican who was apparently, really tight with Mitch McConnell. But it didn't matter who he was tight with because he lost anyway. So now Andy Beshear will now be going on to his second term as governor. Now, in Virginia, there were a lot of House seats and Senate seats going on, electing for all that jazz. Before the election, the Senate was the one that controlled democratically, and then it was flipped, so the House was Republican. After this election, they are both Democratic. Also, we should mention that this fucking sucks for Glenn Youngkin. Whatever the fuck his last name is, he's in deep doo-doo because he was hoping that this election would actually lead to the Republicans controlling both the House and the Senate for Virginia, but because he wanted to, have that win, and then he wanted to go against Donald Trump in the Republican primaries for president of the United States. After this huge loss that he suffered, he's no longer going to be a contender because, who would vote for him? He just lost all of the control, basically. Those were some of the main election results that I wanted to just cover. Yes, this is a news channel. Yes, it's going to be slightly biased because I run everything, me and all my personalities. So, cry about it. I'm still going to tell you the truth. Anyways, I just might get a little bit excited or mad about the truth, depending. Basically, if you don't like what I have to say, turn on Fox 8 and get misinformed. Alright, so next we're going to be talking about our Florida man for the week, except there's 2 of them because they both did something stupid that's in the same topic, so I figured I'd talk about both of them. These I'm going to title our Florida Men Chases, because that's what they did. They led the police on a fun little chase. So we're going to talk about what happened this past Saturday. On the highway, a semi-truck was, starting to do a little bit of this reckless driving, and people driving behind are like, fuck no, I am not gonna die this way. So they call the police, and they're like, hey, this guy's driving like a fucking maniac. So the police are like, all right, we got it. We'll do this one thing for once in our careers. And so they, they take off, and this semi-truck is like, police? Not today. I may be in a semi-truck, but we're gonna fucking hit the pedal. If anyone's played GTA, you know that it is actually very difficult to win and get away and get your stars gone driving a semi-truck or like a bus or something. Like, it's really difficult. You have to be absolutely insane and like ramp off of something, and even then you're still fucked. So like, real lifing that shit, I don't know what he was thinking. Clearly he's never played GTA 5. He's going through neighborhoods at this point, and it's super dangerous. He's sideswiping cars. He's doing U-turns and going the opposite direction. He did that on the highway. And he's like, hitting cars, destroying tons of property. And eventually they're like, okay, fuck this. We can't do this anymore. So they have to shoot all of his tires. And there's a lot of tires on a semi-truck. They have to shoot all of them off and make them go flat so that he can't keep going. And finally they do that, and they get him, and they find out that he had like meth in his truck. I don't know if he was on meth. That's yet to be discovered. He probably was. He's probably on something. I know there was a holster with no gun in it, so that's concerning. And then I think they also found like ammunition or something like that. So I don't know what he was doing. Like, it's very questionable. Also, his mugshot, I think if it's I'm gonna show it because it's funny. It's a funny mugshot. It's honestly so embarrassing. He was not serving looks in that at all. So, if he was gonna do all that stuff, he could at least do it in like a kind of way, So moving on to the other Florida chase that happened the very next day on Sunday was a motorcycle high-speed chase, but like not really. This one's kind of funny. It's actually really embarrassing for the driver too. So this guy, he's 30 something, whatever. He's going 110 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour road, whatever. Obviously there's a state trooper who's like, yo, what the fuck? So he gets in on the road. He's following the guy as he's like weaving in and out of traffic like a fucking idiot. The motorcyclist sees the state trooper and is like, not today. Not today, baby. So he takes off, okay? As if he wasn't already going 110 miles per hour. So the state trooper is like, you want to play this game? Okay, fuck you. So then he turns off his lights, turns off his siren, and sneakily follows this guy on a high-speed chase. But the guy doesn't even realize he's being followed this whole entire time. He thinks he's fine. So now he's just doing his thing. This officer follows him for miles. Just like, yep, he did that illegal. Yep, he did that illegal. Like, just witnessing all this shit, racking it all up. I think he should have pulled him over earlier because he was clearly being super reckless and endangering other people. But whatever. Then finally, the motorcyclist realizes he is still being followed by the trooper. So he freaks out and he goes to like go fast or something. I don't know what he does, but he accidentally cuts his engine. Okay? So embarrassing. So he's trying so hard to like get it started again so he can take off. And the trooper, pulls up, parks, jumps out, and throws him off of the bike, and the bike falls on both of them. So as he's trying to cuff this guy, he's like, oh, my foot. The trooper calls the hospital, dude gets his foot taken care of, and then he goes to jail. So, also, just a little boop on the top, he had a fake license plate, and it said McLovin on it. So if you've watched Superbad, you know exactly what that's about. I thought it was very funny. Not really. I thought it was kind of stupid, but other people will find it funny. So, and then we have our person of the week. Oh, This person is of religious affiliation, so if I piss anyone off, get over it. It's funny as fuck. So, Bishop Robert Brennan. Okay? This is gonna be our person of the week. I don't like him at all, actually. I think he's a drama queen, actually. So, if anyone is involved in the pop world at all, you might know of Sabrina Carpenter. She is a super sassy, fun, talented pop star. She's got it all, man. Love her. And she recently released a music video called Feather. And basically the whole song is just like, I feel light like a feather because I'm not with you anymore. Like, I cut you off. And the music video is basically, it's just showing how gross men can be, and then they get murdered. Either they kill each other or whatever. She does murder one of them. And so then the cutscenes in between, like, those stories happening, she's at a Catholic church in, like, going to a funeral. Like, that's the whole entire point, is, like, she's dancing around this church in, like, a black dress. Now, the dress is short, but honestly, like, there's no cleavage showing. She's wearing, like, hose. You can't even, like, see her ass. I really, it's a pop outfit, really. And, like, all the scenes in the church, she's just kind of like, totally chill. There's, like, no twerking or, like, Satan worship. I don't know. There's none of that jazz. A pastor is actually the one who let them film, okay? This seems like a long story, but I'm getting there. So, a pastor is the one that let them film, and I don't know if he didn't know what they were going to be filming, or if he's just chill like that. Because it's really not that deep. Like, it really wasn't anything satanic or anything like that. So, you know. But this pastor has now lost his rights or ability to make decisions within the church now because of Bishop Robert Brennan, who is disciplining the pastor because of this horrible, unforgivable music video. And the reason this came to my attention, this Mr. Bishop Robert Brennan, is because he actually used holy water to bless the church and, like, cleanse it because of that music video. Like, he literally walked around and used holy water to bless that bitch because Sabrina Carpenter did a little bit of a dancey dance in a short dress. And I don't know if they're, like, gonna try to sue her or anything like that, but it's insane. Because, like, now if you look at the music video from a whole, it involves men getting murdered. So, like, but in the church itself, the actual clips in the church are really tame. But either way, Bishop Robert Brennan is pissed. He is pissed, and he is using his holy water to fucking show that. It's very funny. Like, it's very funny. I'm no disrespect, you know, religion, your religion, but, this is, like, such a dramatic way to react. Am I surprised? No, not really that surprised. I feel like a lot of people, their religion, it holds such an emotional place to them that anything that doesn't align with their views is going to feel like an emotional attack usually. And so I get why he's all pissed and, like, making a big scene out of it, but it's really stupid. It's really stupid. Anyways, you should go watch that music video because it's good. It's a good music video. It's not too long, and she looks hot the whole entire time. So that will be all for this week's Weekly Shitter. I appreciate everyone who decided to stop by. As always, stay tuned. If you have any news things to send me, please send them to me. You can find me, DM me on Instagram is usually the best way. Yeah, stay tuned for next week. See you later.